Hi Libra, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective self-reflection reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate. So please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements. You're likely to find a message in there. Now, this is a timeless reading. So whenever it falls into your feed is whenever it's likely to be relevant for yourself. However, it could be for your past, present, or your future. If you do like the message today, then don't forget to hit that like button. And if you press subscribe as well and press that notification bell, it will let you know when I do publish more content. Now, I do apologise if you see me tap the microphone or if I just go mute slightly. I have developed a beautiful cold. My son has given me his lurgy. So getting through it, but can't stop the readings. Let's get on with it for you. So Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Libra for the self-reflection journey? Can we get one more card, please, Spirit? That's too many, but we'll take them just because I feel generous. Not generous, but yeah, it's they all look quite nice actually. Right, so in your overall energy, we have the Fool. So very much you're trying to embrace a new start. This is telling me, potentially you've come through something. You've potentially even been going into hermit mode, very much being isolated. You're ready to have a brand new start. Releasing some big burden about some loss of faith. Maybe you've come out of a relationship as well. We've got the Hierophant in the reverse, a Four of Wands in reverse, a Death card in the reverse. So to me it looks as though you've been doing a lot of inner healing and you're ready to start something new. It does look as though you may have a little bit of not so much, there's a little bit of balance coming from what I can see here. Let's get into it. So currently in your energy, I can see that you are trying to work out what is good for you. We've got the Four of Cups in the reverse, so you're very much seeing things for what they are. You don't want to miss any opportunities anymore. Very much trying to, how to put it, very much trying to make sure that you get what you deserve. And yeah, just doing whatever's better for your higher self there with that Four of Cups in the reverse. So you're not so much daydreaming anymore. You know what you want and you want to go for it. You're potentially talking yourself into something as well. Quite a lot at the minute. Let's get some clarification on that Four of Cups. If you haven't, you will be very, very soon. To me, it looks like you have, and that's very much why you got this Fool. You want to start that new journey because you've decided what's good for you. Now, we do have a Six of Wands in the reverse, so you don't feel like things have been very successful for you in the past. You may feel like you've been defeated in something, potentially you're not being recognised for your efforts. And this is very much, you might not even be realising how far you've come yourself, and you could just be very much in the energy of thinking that you're going nowhere, that you've done nothing, that you've not really succeeded in anything. But this is telling me these other cards are telling me you've come really far. And I don't think you realise just how much you've come very far. You may feel like you're very unpopular as well at the moment. You might not feel like you've got the popularity from somebody or from people. And you could just be very much isolating yourself. And you've got that Hermit card there as well, very much at the beginning, which is very much suggesting that you've potentially been in isolation. You've not been around a lot of people, and you've not been celebrating. You've not been reveling in any victories. You just feel potentially like you may not have won anything. Now, I've got an Empress and I've got a Judgment card down here, which is very much telling me that you were feeling very grounded. Or you want to feel very grounded. The Empress is abundance. The Empress nurtures herself. She's very much plants her own seeds. She's very stable. She nurtures her own garden. She's extremely good with her emotions. She's very loving, grounded. She's, the queen of all queens here. And she's got a lot going for her. And this particular Empress, she looks very much like a warrior. You could very much you may have gone through a lot of things, and you could very much be coming out the back of it feeling a lot stronger and like you are a warrior. Now, obviously, you don't have to be a female. This could be a masculine Empress as well. It is just energies. It's personality trait, so feel free to swap the genders around. But yeah, this is very much telling me that you are feeling very strong, very determined, and you're planting your own seeds. You're going your own way. You've realised that you can do things yourself. You can make your own destiny. You can grow things yourself. You don't need anyone else to do it for you. That's what the Empress is there for. And we also have the Judgment card. So that's telling me you've made a massive decision on something. You've had a really big awakening and you're seeing things for what they are. Now, this could be because of something that you've gone through in the past, but this is telling me that you are finally ready to take a step forward. Now, you may still have a little bit of confidence that you need to learn or to deal with this Six of Wands, but it is telling me that, you are seeing things for what they are. You know what you want. You've made a final decision. And if you haven't, you are making a final decision. Now, your obstacles that you're coming across is you've got the Hangman. So you're either feeling still like you're still feeling betrayed, or you're just hesitating. And maybe you feel like you haven't seen quite everything from all the angles that you need to at the moment. And you feel a little bit stuck. So you want to move forward, you know what's good for you, but you're just feeling stuck. You're very much hesitating on that. Can we get clarification of this Hangman, please, Spirit? Okay. So the first card that come out then was this Five of Cups. So you're still feeling a bit of grief and loss and sorrow about what it is that's happened. You are trying to move forward from it, and you are trying to realise that there's more to life, there's a lot more to come. What it was that you've lost, it doesn't serve you anymore. You've grown from it. You're very much realising, or you're aware that, behind you've got these Two of Cups that are still very full. You've got the Three of Cups over there that are very much empty. This is you realising that, there are still some challenges ahead. You are trying to come through things. You're trying to see that there are still the Two of Cups there. I mean, in this particular one, very much looking at your reflection, very much sitting, reflecting on things that's happened to yourself in the past. And it could be that you're overthinking them as well and keeping yourself stuck in that position. But you are trying to break free and move forward from it. We have Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So you definitely are trying to release something. Now, what this could be that you are trying to release could be related to this Three of Cups card, which is a third-party influence of some form. Now, this could also be socialising. It could be going out. It could just be having fun and, partying, having a good time. This is with other people, though. So this could be related to friends. It could be related to family. To me, it looks like you're trying to release a certain situation or certain people from your energies. Now, it could be that maybe you were a bit of a drinker previously. Maybe you would overindulge in certain things when you were out socialising. And this could be that you're trying to give up that bad habit. It could be that you are trying to give up a certain situation where you would let other people influence you. The Three of Cups is very much multiple people involved. So it could be that maybe you had friends or family members, loved ones telling you what to do, letting them influence you on certain things. There could have been a third party situation involved in a relationship. It could be people that you work with that you may have been celebrating with. It could be any number of things, but something happened that caused you a lot of grief with regards to this third party celebration. Now, it could be simply that you feel like you need to release things and get over this grief so that you can go out and celebrate and do things, but you're feeling very stuck. And the reason you are stuck is because you haven't got over or quite got over whatever this loss and sorrow and grief is to you. You haven't quite released it just yet. Now, this could even be related to how you deal with finances. It could be that you may have lost some money. You may be feeling a little bit unstable too. To me, it looks a little bit like you may be unstable because of other people. And I do feel that very much, that you are potentially releasing other people from your energy that you may have been celebrating with previously. Maybe you had some friends that you thought were really, really good, but you've realised that they didn't have your best interests at heart and something's happened and you're trying to release it. Now, in your energy of what help is available for you, we have a Temperance in the reverse. Now, that Temperance is telling me that there is a need for balance and a need for healing. It's telling me that you're not really in any mindset to negotiate if there's something you need to negotiate on. Now, that could be something within yourself. Maybe you've got an all or nothing attitude with certain things that you feel like you have to do, and that could be very much why you're feeling very stuck. You're trying to release something. You want to release it, but at the same time, you may want to celebrate it, and you might be at war with yourself a little bit. That's potentially why you're out of balance. It could very well be that your heart and your head are not aligned and you're having a big war with yourself, and you don't even feel like you've got the room to negotiate with yourself over, you can't compromise between your heart and your head. You either want it all one way or you want it all the other way, and you don't know what way to go. It does suggest as well that there may be a little bit of well-being, the issues within yourself that you need to look after. Maybe that you need to be doing a bit more self-care, possibly taking some time out to do some meditations, looking after yourself very much with the Temperance in the reverse there. So it could just be simply that you're not taking time for you, and that could be why you're keeping yourself stuck too, because if you've not got enough time for yourself, how will you ever realise what it is that you can do to move yourself forward? You're going to keep yourself stuck because you can't really sit and think about things. It's very much suggesting to me that you do need to work on yourself. Not so much work on yourself, but pay attention, focus on yourself. Where you may have been focusing on other people or other situations, put that focus on yourself. If you're a person, somebody that's a big giver and you give to other people a lot, then start giving to yourself for a change. Give to yourself what you would have given other people. Start loving yourself a lot more and treat yourself how it is that you want others to treat you. Now, we've got a 7 of Wands, a 5 of Pentacles, and the Lover's card to come out for this Temperance. The 5 of Pentacles is talking about feeling abandoned, not taking the help that is there available for you because you are in the mindset of you don't deserve it. Okay, this tells me that you're not helping yourself, and very much that could be where this self-care is coming in. In this instance, self-care could even be that you might have to involve a third party, which potentially you don't want to do. You're trying to cut it out. This could be something like a counsellor. If you're stuck in your head and you can't move forward, you could potentially be getting a counsellor involved to help you move forward. On this 5 of Pentacles, you've got these two people sitting, they're here out in the cold, And you've got somebody over there with a fire and a roof that is very happy to take them in, but they just don't want it. They don't want to move forward. They are very much in a victim mentality, feeling stuck. This suggests to me that you know exactly what it is that you want. You know that you potentially may need some help, but you're refusing to take it. You're refusing to admit that you might not be able to do it on your own. But at the same time, you're refusing to admit that you deserve better. This is telling me that you need to start taking that care in yourself, because you deserve a lot more than what you're giving yourself credit for. You deserve a lot more than what you're telling yourself you do. We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Now, this is telling me that you also need to come away from any sort of conflict. This can very much be conflict from unknown opponents. So it could even be conflict within yourself. Because you could be thinking that other people are looking at you in certain ways. You could be thinking that other people are doing other things to you. But it's very much standing up for yourself constantly and feeling like your back's against the world, or your back's against the door, you've got the world against you kind of mentality. This is something, this is telling me you need to stop that. You need to walk away from that. You need to be able to rise above any provocation, which a lot of the time is a lot harder than it sounds. And some people are brilliant at doing it, and I would love to know how they manage to do it every time, because I'm not very successful at that. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely getting a lot better than I used to be. The more that I learn about myself and the more that I open up to things, and it's very much, there's 3 different ways that people look at things and accept things. You've got the fight or flight type of people, where they will literally look at a situation and they either fight for things and stand up for themselves like no tomorrow, or they run away. You've then got the type of people that will try and manipulate the situation because they want it all to be their way and they don't see any other way of getting through things. It has to be their way or the highway. And then you've got the people that will accept things for what they are, and they'll compromise, and they're being compassionate and empathetic. And a lot of people get stuck in one of those first 2 personality traits, or those first 2 ways of dealing with things and dealing with that conflict. But all they need to do is just embrace that you don't have to be right. You don't have to win everything. And you'll realise that compassion and empathy and forgiveness and compromise are really easy to get to. But yes, okay, everybody will have wobbles, and sometimes you go back to one of the other 2 stages, but it is something that can be done. It's just changing that mindset, changing that realisation that you don't have to stand there and fight tooth and nail because you might not be right. You don't have to be right. And you don't have to win all the time either. And this could very much be suggesting that you need to just embrace that and walk away from certain things that are causing you issues, because you don't need to fight with them. You can just literally just walk away from it and look after yourself. And then we have the Lovers to the side. Now, the Lovers is very much a choice card. It doesn't have to be about love. This is very much you making a choice. It's very much you being faced with decisions and picking what decision is right for you. Now, this looks to me like it's a very tough decision. It could be with regards to love for you, but it might not be. But whatever this decision is, you're scared that you're going to be making the wrong decision. So this is very much you needing to look after yourself, walk away from anything that's going to cause you conflict, and making a big decision that, whether it's right or wrong, it's a decision that needs to be made, and it's something that will benefit you, because that Temperance is very much about you looking after yourself and balancing things out within yourself. So realising that, okay, you can make a choice, and if it's wrong, you can change your mind. You don't have to stick to the same thing. People learn, people grow, people will change their minds on things, and it's okay to do that. Now, if you manage to take this help and you get through this challenge, we have a 7 of Pentacles, a Knave of Swords, and a 10 of Pentacles as the outcome. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse, but then we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Knave of Swords in the upright. The Seven of Pentacles here is telling me very much that you're going to be having patience and waiting for things to come to fruition. So where you've got this Hangman, there is hesitation. You know, once you've got through this, yes, you might not be hesitating very much. It might be going slow, but things will start to bloom and blossom for you that you've been working on, that you've been planting those seeds for. So having some patience is good. We have the Page of Swords, which is telling me that you're learning a lot about communication. You're potentially learning a lot about yourself. You're learning a lot of truths. Now, they could be about other people, but I feel very much that they are more about yourself. It very much about what it is that you want to see grow, what you want to develop, what it is that you want that is going to be beneficial to you, especially, you know, financially wise, because you've got a lot of finance things out here. So this could be very much of, you know, reflecting on how you can be more stable financially. This could be very much of how do you, your relationship with money, and learning a lot more about that potentially. It could be learning about what triggers you to spend. It could be learning about what things you've gone through in the past that have caused you to react in certain ways. It could be a number of things, but this is very much a card of learning. And it's very much a card of you starting to open up and be truthful with yourself as well. Now, we do have a Ten of Coins in the reverse, but this is just telling me that your idea of what you thought was going to be stable, long-term, potentially legacy, whatever you thought of that is going to be changing. It's very much suggesting to me that, you're going to be seeing the truth of things, and what you thought was going to be your long-term, stable, happy originally is now changing. What you want, what legacy you want to leave your kids, what is financially stable for you. It looks as though you are changing the way that you look at it. You're learning more about things so that you're able to move forward and change it. It could suggest that you may have a little bit of a loss, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's just potentially a loss of an idea. Now, to clarify those, again, we have the Temperance. This Temperance is in the upright, so it's telling me that you are going to be more balanced. You are going to be looking after yourself a lot more. You're going to be very centered, potentially you're going to have a spiritual growth in there too. And you're going to have a lot of faith in the universe that it's going to be providing for you. We do have a King of Cups in the reverse. So it is suggesting that you may start listening to your head a little bit more over your heart. It could be that you are starting to rely a little bit less on your emotions ruling you. The King of Cups in the reverse could very well be you just taking a step back, not necessarily giving out so much. The King of Cups in the reverse is somebody that doesn't really show his emotions. Being very cold, not being cold, but coming across a little bit cold. So it could just be that once you've balanced yourself out a little bit, that you realise that you don't have to have your heart on your sleeve all the time. You might just be looking at things a little bit more logically. Now, it could also be that you realise that a particular person that you viewed as a King of Cups isn't for you as well, especially with this Ten of Coins, because it could have been that this King of Cups was a long-term happy person for you, that you thought was going to be stable, and you may be realising that actually they're not. It could simply be that you are very much distancing yourself from a certain person or certain emotions that you had towards people. We have the Page of Swords in the reverse as well. So this is very much you then finishing what you've learning. So here you're doing a lot of learning, and then it's clarified by you finishing that learning. So you've learned you'll learn enough, and then you don't need to learn anything else. You'll have learnt those truths. Now, it is suggesting as well with this King of Cups here that you just need to be careful with regards to any jumping to conclusions if there's any miscommunication, because there is potential that things could be a little bit miscommunicated here. I just realised that my lamp isn't on. I do apologise. Let's get that turned on. But yeah, so there could be a little bit of miscommunication, possibly jumping to conclusions as well, especially where emotions may be concerned or somebody not showing emotions. So you just need to be very careful of that and just remember to yourself what makes you happy, and that you are the only person that, you know, you make yourself happy. When you put in that care into yourself, you will get the care that you put into yourself back. If you're not looking after yourself and you're not putting that self-care in, people will feel like they don't need to give you that care. Because at the end of the day, if you're not giving it to yourself, then they don't think that you expect it to be given to them, because they treat you with the same standard that you treat yourself with. So if you're constantly giving and you don't do anything for yourself, nobody's going to give back to you. Or you'll find that people that you expect to give back to you don't tend to give back, because they're too busy taking from you, because they think that you don't want anything. So making sure that you are looking after yourself, putting yourself first in certain situations. You know, not necessarily giving everything away, but also making sure that you're not jumping to conclusions. You'll have the balance to be able to help you keep away from jumping to conclusions. The King of Cups can be a little bit of an emotional manipulator as well. So it could be that you may find that you come across people that are emotional manipulators, but you've learned enough to be able to deal with them. And because you've got that balance and because you're looking after yourself, they might be very easy to spot. Right, so let's get you an Angel of Light card, and we'll get you Luminous Pathways as well to see what other messages Spirit have got for you. Can we get an Angel of Light card, please, Spirit? For Libra. Thank you. So we've got acknowledgement. Look after yourself by acknowledging your desires and needs and taking steps to meet them. See, looking after yourself. Examine and note your gifts, talents, and achievements. When you accept all aspects of yourself, you feel centered and confident. Then you can genuinely acknowledge others. Become aware of and nurture the good qualities of the people in your life so that they feel relaxed and happy in your presence. Angel wisdom reminds you to recognize who you truly are, an evolved spirit in a human body. When you acknowledge your spiritual dimensions, you will align with your true self and your spirit will soar. Your affirmation, I acknowledge who I truly am. So very much how looking after yourself will help you to realize what it is that you deserve, what it is that you want, what it is that you need, making sure that you go for it. So that you just, very much looking after yourself. To me, that seems like a big theme of your read, that you need to make sure that you're doing more self-care. And that could be in every way, shape and form. Okay, so we've got the Zodiac Circle and the Majestic Mountain. So let's take a look and see what they are for you. Where have I put my little book? There it is. So the Majestic Mountain signifies overcoming challenges, resilience and steadfast. It is a call to remain strong in the face of obstacles and to view challenges as an opportunity for growth. Let's find the Zodiac Circle. And the Zodiac Circle embodies astrological influences, guidance and the cosmic energy. It suggests a period of astrological significance and encourages you to seek guidance from the stars. Okay, I hope that has given you Libras some idea on what you can do to help with your self-reflection. Very much good luck on your healing journey. If you do want to check out any of your other placements, you will find them in the playlists. Everything or all of my reads, other than the monthly ones, are timeless, so you'll be able to find lots of messages in there. Very much good luck, and thank you for joining me.